Hey, how's it going, guys? So today is another day and I'm going to be installing something that should be pretty simple. I've never installed one before. I'm actually going to be installing a fire extinguisher mount. So we'll see how that goes. I'll show you guys pretty much what I'm putting on there. It is a Tech 208, I think is what the part is. So I'll show you guys what the part looks like. We'll get this thing thrown on. It's my first time throwing on a fire extinguisher mount, so we'll see how it goes. Don't judge me for it. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, so we'll figure it out. So yeah, we're gonna throw this thing on. It's a good idea to have a fire extinguisher, especially when you're making high horsepower and you have like different oil lines that you're running. If you're running any type of header wrap, it's always a good idea. I mean, just regardless, it's always a good idea to have a fire extinguisher in your car. You never know if something will catch on fire at some point. So it could be like a fuel spillage, it could be oil spillage, like you never know. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what fire extinguisher mount I'm gonna throw on, and then we'll throw that bad boy on. All right, so this right here is going to be the fire extinguisher mount that I'm putting on. So it's a Tech 208. I have a 1.5 harness bar as far as like how wide it is. So that is what I'm gonna be throwing on. And yeah, let's unbox this thing, see what's in there. And I believe I got the correct size because I measured the actual bar and it was around like 1.5 in diameter. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Hopefully this is pretty easy. We'll figure this out. All right, so pretty much what you have in the package is going to be the actual fire extinguisher mount itself. This right here looks like it's going to be pretty much the mechanism that controls how the fire extinguisher will be pretty much extracted or taken off of the actual mount. So yeah, I don't really know how the hell to throw this thing on. So like I said, we'll figure it out. I don't know where the hell these pins go or like how this all works, but yeah, so you got the actual fire extinguisher mount itself. You have this thing, I don't know what that's called. It's just like a release lever of some sort. Then you have the actual roll bar or roll cage piping bracket. And you have the other half of that bracket right here. So the reason why I went with this brand is because everything looked really clean. So just like the anodized finish that it has and everything, it all looked super clean. So there it is, Tech 208 engraved in there. It is kind of expensive, I'm not going to lie, but as long as it does what it needs to do, I mean, that's all that matters. They sell some that actually get pretty much like hold the actual fire extinguisher with just they're like hose clamps. So it's like, I don't know, like 25 bucks or $20 from Amazon or eBay if you were to go that route. So yeah, we'll figure out how this goes mounted on, and yeah, pretty much go from there. I want to say, yeah, these probably go like so, and then this will probably mount on top of the actual bar, and then this I'm gonna have to figure out. Yeah, we'll see how this goes and just go on forward with it, because I've never done one of these before and I don't think there's any videos installing this Tech 208 one. I haven't tried looking it up. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, so first things first, of course, go ahead, take your bracket essentially, and you're gonna bolt it on to the actual bar. Yep, I got literally the perfect size. Awesome. All right, so yeah, you gotta make sure you measure out your roll bar before you actually order it, because they have different sizes for different applications. So the thing is, like, it's a little difficult trying to like line up the hardware. Okay, so there's one. All right. Now we'll line up this one. We gotta do the other one. That one's going in smoothly as well. All right. I may have this upside down. I don't know if this is supposed to go up or this is supposed to go down and vice versa. I'm gonna look at some pictures and see what it looks like. Alright, so I'm just dumb. I put it on the wrong way. It's annoying. Haha. And that's why I'm making this video, so y'all can do this the right way if you order the same mount. Alright. I have to flip this thing 180. So it goes this way. So the white lettering has to go outside. And of course this one is upside down. Wait a minute. Oh, I feel like I have this upside down too. I don't know. This dude was like, let me see here. No, it's correct. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Alright, so I believe that's how that goes. I'm gonna leave these a little loose for now, so that way I can find where exactly I want to position this. I feel like I'm just gonna leave it right here in the middle. So yeah, now we're gonna grab the other mount and see if my fire extinguisher fits. Hopefully it fits. If not, I'm gonna have to buy a different one to get this done. Alright, well that was an epic fail. My fire extinguisher didn't fit, so I gotta order one that actually fits the car. Go figure. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna try out how this mount is looking, and we're gonna go get some E85 real quick. Let me know if you guys like the angle. So far, it looks pretty sweet. So, I mean, that's from me just looking at it from here. It looked pretty sweet. So, y'all just let me know in the comments if it sounds good and if it looks good. I actually don't have my mic plugged in, although I really should have plugged one in. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's go get some E85. So, yeah. And it's so weird because like I can see my camera in the rearview mirror, and it's kind of blocking my visibility a little bit. Not gonna lie. Oh, hopefully it doesn't die. It always wants to die whenever I'm like at low idle. I'm surprised it's not dying right now. But yeah, I mean, so far it's been running really good. It's fully tuned now. 26 pounds on E85. Let's hear that turbo. Sounds so crazy. But yeah, I believe I'm probably making like 500 wheel horsepower. That's going to be my guess. It's anywhere between 500 and 550 because the stuff I've been racing and I've been either taking or keeping up with, it doesn't make sense for me to be making less than the 500 or 550 wheel mark. Yeah, so this thing, like I said, it runs perfectly. Like, yeah. Yeah, pretty much almost every single time I drive the car, I seem to turn heads. Like, I do appreciate everybody supporting me too. I really do. I wasn't expecting to get this much support. Like, it's just crazy to see my my channel and my Instagram really grow from what it was before. Like, yeah, you guys are awesome. I really appreciate everything. Yeah. So I am gonna shut up now and let you guys just hear the sounds. And I'm probably gonna do a poll as well, so just be on the lookout for that. This thing's so nasty. Oh Lord. I'm telling you, 26 pounds. Could not feel any better. It's insane. It's literally crazy. These cars are super light. They're very, very light. This car is a little bit on the heavy side,
with me in it, it weighs 3220, and that is also with a full tank of gas when I weighed it. So it's a little bit of a heavy girl. Really no issue with it whatsoever though. Like, it definitely holds its own for sure. Because I weigh like around 135, 140 pounds. So yeah, it's a 3,000 pound car essentially. And that is wet weight and everything. This guy. Yeah, so we're super close to the E85 station, and that is pretty much going to be it for this little ride along, and then we'll go on back to the installation of the fire extinguisher mount. And here we are. Freaking love this thing. Alright. I'll let this thing just cool down for a little bit. Call it good. I think that should be enough, so. Dope. Hopefully you guys like the shots.
All right, so we are back with the correct fire extinguisher now. So here it is. So essentially it's going to be a hole here, and then there's another hole on the top bracket as well. So you want to make sure that the holes are facing each other, because that is where the pin's going to slide through. So I'm going to go ahead and then set this up, put the pin through, and then set this up right here, and then we'll get back inside the car and then get the bracket on there. Since I did take it off, we'll get the bracket on there, retighten it, and I think that should be pretty much it for the install when it comes to the whole fire extinguisher mount. So yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and then just position this to where it's kind of like in the middle where I want it. So I think that should be okay. I'm going to have to see how I want to rotate this afterwards, so I'm going to leave it just a little bit loose. So I'm going to put these little bolts through. Let's see here. There you go. I'm not going to tighten it completely, since I'm probably going to have to rotate this and see how I want it rotated. So awesome. And so that's my first fire extinguisher mount install, so I'm pretty new to this like you guys are, so I'm going to see how exactly this all comes together. So it looks like you have one slider here. So let's see. So I'm trying to see what's like the best way to get this in. So alright, so I know that pin goes in there like that. Now the only thing is I am not sure how this one goes. Alright, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually go ahead and pretty much the way that's gonna go is the one with like the little, has like a little roll pin in it. Let me show you guys what that looks like real quick. So if y'all look at the mount, this one has a little roll pin right there. So the one with the roll pin is gonna be on the top. So it's gonna be the top plate, and then the other ones are going, the other one's going to be the bottom plate. So pretty much you just put your metal pins through. So there's one there. What did I do with the other one? And there's one here. And essentially, so this right here has a hook on it. So what you're gonna do with this actual spring is like make sure that the hook goes inside of the hole that's inside of the bracket. So that hole that you're looking for is going to be this one right here. So just make sure that the spring gets locked in there, and then you should be able to put this like little piece of the assembly on, and yeah, you should pretty much be good on from installing from there. Alright, so now you're gonna go ahead and drop the spring in there. So the spring goes in and it's locked in place now, like so. And then you're gonna go ahead and put this right in there, like so. There you go. So now you have pretty much the spring action right here, and pretty much from here you just drop this thing down. Make sure you line up the holes, of course. Actually, I want to lift this side because it needs to be more towards the center, if anything. So, all right. So yeah, so you have the little roll pin right here. So you're going to actually line up. There is going to be a back portion here. It's going to be this very back portion. So essentially, this kind of has to go like almost like that when you put it in, to make sure this backside aligns with that little roll pin, and then you slide it down and tighten it up, and then you pretty much, this is going to be essentially facing that way. So I'll show you guys, and yeah, we'll get this mount installed and go from there. All right. So make sure you line this up. You're pretty much going to pull this back until you can clear that little roll pin essentially. And there you go. And that is essentially how this thing goes. Pretty much goes on. So just want to make sure. Yep, there you go. So I'll probably leave that in that position right there. So there you go. So now that that's all set, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it up and make sure it doesn't move out of place for now. And then if I have to change the orientation of how this goes, I will do that while it's inside the car. So, all right, yeah, that should be good. There you go, that's pretty awesome. So you pretty much, the way that would work is like you pull down, push it out, and you should be able to actually take the fire extinguisher out. So, so now I'm gonna install the mount to the actual harness bar, and we'll pretty much go from there. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to go ahead and install this actual mount. So just remember that the number, I'm just leaving the 4 bolts in there. Probably gonna mount it, see right here. That way I still have like my camera mount here. So go ahead and do that. I'm gonna grab one of the little brackets here. All right, that one's threaded through. I'm gonna leave them a little loose so that way I can wiggle this thing around and see where exactly I wanna place this thing at. So I'm trying my best to not strip the threads. It's aluminum, so it's like super easy to strip threads on aluminum. And the way that I'm doing it upside down with the Tech 208 letters actually facing upwards. So let's see here, I'm like thinking about like just movement and play, because I kind of don't want this to kind of hit and be rattling around. So I'm probably gonna do it like right here. I think that seems like a pretty good spot. I would say this is pretty close to being level, I guess. Kind of, not really. So now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this. Just leave it like that for now. All right, so let's see here. So you have the back pivot. It's gonna go through. Top pivot. Does it actually clear the mount? Oh, it does. Ha, that clears the camera mount. Yeah, so this is like literally the perfect setup. All right, cool. So yeah, so essentially like the other thing too is like with this being on the bottom side of the bracket is more of a natural motion when you're trying to actually take it out of the car. So like say there's a fire, I need to get in the car, I use my left arm to, you know, reach around. I'm gonna push down on it, and then I actually push inside afterwards to release the actual extinguisher, because it won't let you release the extinguisher unless you actually pull down on that silver bracket. So, and there you go. And it's like a natural motion too, because you have gravity working with you. And since gravity's pushing down, it'll actually just release the extinguisher right away. So yeah, so actually, yeah, this actually worked out perfectly well. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually just finish up tightening the actual mount here for the bar. All right, there you go. So pretty much I got my fire extinguisher mount on there now. Looks awesome. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys another point of view on what this actually looks like. All right, and there you go. So this came out super solid. I should just go with my left arm and just reach in there and release the extinguisher from the mount. Wow, that was actually, that worked out so perfectly. So dope. All right, I think that's pretty much it for installing the extinguisher mount. So I think, yeah, I don't think there's really much else for me to do today. I'm going to actually tune my blow-off valve because the spring in the actual tile is a little too stiff in my opinion. There's too much fluttering going around, so I just I don't like that noise. It gives me anxiety. Even though like my turbo can handle it, I just don't like hearing flutter. It just gives me mad anxiety. Just every single time I hear that noise, I think about turbos just going out prematurely. So yeah, I'm gonna cut you guys on out and go to the outro, and I think this should be it for the video. All right, so there you go. That's how you pretty much install a fire extinguisher mount in the car. That's my first time doing it, so it's really not that hard. As always, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing once again. I appreciate the support, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are getting me to 3,000 supporters over on Instagram. Like, that's crazy. That's literally crazy. That's insane. Like, dude, the past 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks now, I've just been absolutely insane with like the whole following. Like, thank you guys so much for everything. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm gonna be tuning that blow off, so just stay tuned for that. And y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, peace.